Hello students, welcome to the 12th session of C programming. In previous session, we have studied what is algorithm and different characteristics of algorithm. In this session, we will learn different control structures in algorithm. So let's start with this session. Before studying different control structure in algorithm, we will see one simple example of how algorithm is created. We will see how the algorithm for addition of two number is created. So as we know, while creating any algorithm, we must include input, process and output in algorithm. So here in the addition of two numbers example, two numbers which we want to perform addition will be our input. Process of addition, that is calculation part, will be the processing and the result will be our output. So while writing any algorithm, first we have to write the title of algorithm, that is for which problem we are writing the algorithm. So in this case, we are writing algorithm to find the addition of two numbers. So the title will be to compute addition of two numbers. So in this algorithm, the first step will be we have to take two numbers as input. That is, we have to read two numbers. This line is optional, that is read two numbers. So you can write this line in algorithm or you can skip this line. Suppose n is the first number and n2 is the second number, then the statement to read these two numbers will be read n1 comma n2. Now in second step, we already know what the input is, that is n1 and n2 is our input. So now we have to perform addition of these two numbers and that result will have to store somewhere. Suppose we will store that result in sum. So in step 2, we will write this statement, add the numbers to compute sum. So again this statement, that is add the numbers to compute sum, is optional. Then the next statement to make addition will be sum equal to n1 plus n2. So this statement indicates that n1 and n2 will be added and the result will be stored in sum. So till now we have taken two numbers as input in first step. In second step, we have processed these numbers, that is we added these two numbers and the result we have stored in sum. Now in step 3, we have to display the output. So in third step, we will write the statement print the sum, and even this statement is optional. You can write this statement or you can skip. Then to print the output, we will write the statement write sum. So after getting the output, our algorithm should be stopped. So the fourth and final step we will write to stop the algorithm. So we can write this statement end of algorithm. Again, this statement is optional. We can write or we can skip this statement. Then the next statement we have to write either stop or exit. So whatever we wrote in square bracket is optional in algorithm. You can write that statement or you can skip that statement. The statement written in square bracket is just to understand what is happening in that particular step. So the same algorithm you can write it as, in first step we are taking input, that is we are reading two numbers n1 and n2. Then in second step we are adding n1 and n2, and then that result is stored in sum. In third step we are printing the output, that is write sum or you can write print sum. And last step we have to stop the algorithm, so you can write either stop or exit. So you can choose either the first format or second format. So now we will see control structures in algorithm. So there are three types. First one is sequencing, second selection, and third repetition. So in sequencing, all the steps which we write will be executed one after another. That means if there are 5 steps, then here first step will execute first, then after executing step first, second step will be executed, and like that each step will execute one after another till the last step. So basically here control of algorithm will be in sequence. The second type is selection. In selection, in a particular position, depend on condition, one step will execute and another step will be skipped. That means suppose if there is condition and depend on condition whether it is true or false, one step will execute and other step will not execute. So suppose after executing first step there is condition, depend on whether condition is true or false, step will execute. Suppose condition is true, then step 2 will execute and step 3 will not be executed. And suppose condition is false, then step 3 will execute and step 2 will not be executed. After executing either second or third step, next fourth step will execute and then the remaining steps. The third type is repetition. In repetition, one particular step will execute continuously till the condition is true, and once that condition becomes false, that particular step will stop executing and remaining steps will start executing. So suppose after executing the first step there is condition, depend on whether condition is true or false, a particular step will execute. This particular step, in this example step number 2, will execute continuously till the condition is true. Once the condition becomes false, it will stop executing the second step and it will go to the step 3, and after executing third step, remaining step will be executed. The name given repetition because a particular step will execute repeatedly depend on condition. So that's it for today's session. In next session, we will study all these 3 types in detail.